What did the earliest Jews look like? This question stirs curiosity about identity, history, and faith. It's not just about skin color or features. It's about connecting with the origins of a people whose story spans millennia and continents. Were the original Jews black? This question challenges images shaped by centuries of European art, not historical reality. To answer, we must journey back to the ancient Near East, using archaeology, genetics, and history to uncover the truth. Our goal isn't a simple yes or no, but a deeper understanding, free from modern racial categories. Let's replace myth with evidence and appreciate the complex reality of Jewish origins. The story we're about to explore, the story of the Jewish people, has its roots firmly planted in a specific place and time. It begins in the Levant, a region of immense historical significance. More specifically, it begins in the Eastern Mediterranean's Fertile Crescent, a crossroads of ancient civilizations, a cradle of innovation, and a melting pot of cultures. This crescent-shaped area, known for its rich soil and abundant resources, played a pivotal role in the development of human society. This region was never isolated. It thrived on interaction and exchange. It was a corridor, a pathway for armies, constantly traversed by those seeking conquest or control. Empires rose and fell, each leaving their mark on the land and its people. Traders, with their caravans laden with goods from distant lands, brought not only commodities but also new ideas and perspectives. And ideas, philosophical, religious, and scientific, flowed freely, shaping the intellectual landscape of the time. The Levant was a hub of knowledge, where different schools of thought converged and debated. The Israelites emerged here, within this dynamic and ever-changing environment. They were shaped by a landscape of fertile valleys, providing sustenance and opportunities for agriculture. Coastal plains, offering access to the sea and the possibilities of trade and connection with other cultures. And arid deserts, testing their resilience and resourcefulness, forcing them to adapt and innovate. The climate and geography profoundly influenced their way of life, dictating their agricultural practices and shaping their social structures. They became skilled farmers and shepherds, intimately connected to the land and its cycles. Their lives were dictated by the seasons, the availability of water, and the needs of their flocks. The Levant's strategic location meant constant contact and mixing with Egyptians to the southwest, a powerful and influential civilization. Assyrians to the northeast, known for their military prowess and vast empire. Babylonians, also from Mesopotamia, renowned for their advanced knowledge of mathematics and astronomy, and countless others, each contributing to the rich tapestry of cultures that defined the region. The idea of a homogeneous, isolated population here is simply not accurate. It is unsupported by history or archaeology. The evidence points to a vibrant mix of peoples and traditions. The Israelites were, without a doubt, a people of the Middle East, deeply connected to the land and its history. Their identity and features were shaped by the sun, the relentless heat, and the unique climate of the region. The land itself, with its rolling hills and rugged terrain, molded their character and their worldview, and their genetic makeup reflects the diverse genetic currents that flowed through the Levant for millennia. Their story is a testament to the power of cultural exchange, a story of a cultural identity forged in a multicultural world, a world that shaped them as much as they shaped it. To picture the ancient Israelites, imagine the indigenous peoples of the Middle East, olive to brown skin, dark hair, and dark eyes. They resembled their neighbors, Canaanites, Phoenicians, and Arameans. The idea of them being pale like Northern Europeans or dark like Sub-Saharan Africans doesn't fit the evidence. Ancient people didn't use modern racial categories. Identity was about tribe, language, and faith. Israelites would have looked like other Levantine Semitic peoples, with features adapted to their environment. Their appearance was typical for the region, neither white nor black as we define those terms today. They were a Middle Eastern people, shaped by their ancestral geography. Piecing together an accurate visual representation of the ancient Israelites presents a unique challenge. Unlike some other ancient civilizations, direct visual evidence of the ancient Israelites themselves is surprisingly rare. This scarcity stems, in part, from their cultural and religious practices. The Second Commandment, with its prohibition against making graven images, likely played a significant role, as they largely avoided making images of themselves. This makes the task of visualizing them all the more intriguing. So, how do we form a picture of what they looked like? We rely on depictions from neighbors, like the Egyptians and Assyrians, who frequently interacted with the Israelites and documented their encounters. These neighboring cultures offer valuable, albeit external, perspectives. One particularly insightful artifact is the Black Obelisk of Shalmaneser III, which depicts Israelites paying tribute to the Assyrian king. This relief shows Israelites with beards and Semitic features, similar to other Levantines inhabiting the region. This aligns with what we know about the geographical and cultural context of the ancient Israelites. Furthermore, Egyptian tomb paintings depict Levantine nomads, with olive-brown skin, providing clues about their complexion. These depictions offer a comparative understanding of skin tones in the ancient Near East. They are often portrayed as darker than Egyptians but lighter than Nubians, placing them within a specific range of skin tones within the region. Another valuable source is the Lachish reliefs, which show Judeans being besieged by the Assyrians. These reliefs depict them with curly dark hair and Middle Eastern features, making them largely indistinguishable from other Levantines in terms of physical appearance. Beyond artistic depictions, biblical hints, like Esau's ruddy complexion or references to sun-darkened skin, suggest a range of natural tones within the Israelite population, influenced by their environment and lifestyle. Taking all available evidence into account, it points to a typical Middle Eastern appearance and refutes notions of them being sub-Saharan African or European in origin. In essence, the ancient Jews were a Levantine people. Their physical characteristics shaped by the sun, climate, and soil of their homeland, firmly placing them within the tapestry of the ancient Near East. Genetics has revolutionized our understanding of Jewish origins. DNA studies show that most Jewish communities, whether in Europe, North Africa, or the Middle East, share ancestry rooted in the ancient Levant. Jewish genetic clusters are closest to other modern Levantine groups, like Druze and Palestinians. Diaspora communities mixed with local populations, but a core Middle Eastern heritage remains. There's no evidence of a sub-Saharan African origin for the foundational Jewish population. DNA confirms the Jewish people began as a Middle Eastern group, not European or African. Jewish history is also a story of global dispersal, leading to communities in Africa. The Beta Israel of Ethiopia are Black Jews, blending ancient Jewish heritage with East African history. Genetic studies show a mix of Middle Eastern and Ethiopian ancestry, reflecting ancient migration and intermarriage. Their story isn't about the original Jews being black, but about Judaism taking root in Africa. Other Jewish communities thrived in Egypt and North Africa, each shaped by local histories. Modern Black Jewish communities from Ethiopia to Nigeria show how Jewish identity continues to evolve and diversify. The Jewish diaspora's diversity stems from centuries of migration and exile. Major dispersals began with the Assyrian and Babylonian conquests, followed by the Roman destruction of Jerusalem. Jews spread across the Mediterranean, North Africa, Europe, and the Middle East, forming new communities. Over time, Ashkenazi, Sephardi, and Mizrahi Jews emerged, each shaped by their surroundings. Interactions and intermarriage with local populations led to a wide range of appearances. Today, Jews from Yemen, Poland, and Ethiopia look different because of their unique journeys. This diversity reflects adaptation, not contradiction, of their shared Middle Eastern origin. The Jewish people's varied looks are a testament to their long global history. The evidence from geography, archaeology, art, and genetics is clear. The original Jews were a Semitic people of the Levant. Their appearance matched other Middle Eastern populations: olive to brown skin, dark hair, and eyes. Artistic depictions and DNA studies reinforce this, showing no sub-Saharan African or European origin. Black Jewish communities like Beta Israel are authentic, but their roots reflect later developments, not the original population. The idea that the first Jews were black isn't supported by mainstream scholarship or science. The Jewish story is one of Levantine origin, followed by global dispersal and diversity. So, were the original Jews black? This is a question that often arises when discussing the diverse tapestry of Jewish identity. It's a question rooted in contemporary understandings of race and ethnicity, and applying those modern concepts to ancient history can be misleading. To truly understand the origins of the Jewish people, we need to delve into their historical and geographical context, examining their cultural and ancestral roots in the ancient world. The answer is no, not in the modern sense of racial classification. The concept of race as we understand it today didn't exist in the ancient world. The people who formed the early Jewish communities didn't define themselves by skin color or other physical characteristics in the way we categorize race now. The ancestors of the Jewish people were Levantine, originating from the Levant, a region encompassing modern-day Israel, Palestine, Lebanon, Jordan, and parts of Syria. This area served as a cradle of civilization, witnessing the rise and fall of numerous empires and cultures. The people of the Levant were a mix of various groups, contributing to a rich and diverse genetic and cultural heritage. They possessed features typical of the ancient Middle East, sharing characteristics with other Semitic peoples of the region. These features would have varied, reflecting the diverse populations that inhabited the Levant. It's important to remember that physical appearance was just one aspect of their identity, and not necessarily the defining one. Applying modern racial labels to them distorts history, imposing contemporary social constructs onto a vastly different historical context. It risks oversimplifying the complexities of ancient identities and overlooking the nuances of their self-perception. They defined themselves primarily by tribe, their affiliation to specific family groups and lineages. By faith, their shared religious beliefs and practices centered around the worship of one God. And by land, their connection to the geographical territory of ancient Israel. These elements formed the core of their identity, shaping their social structures, cultural practices, and worldview. The Jewish diaspora, the dispersion of Jews from their ancestral homeland, created a global mosaic, a scattering across continents and cultures. This dispersal began in ancient times and continued over centuries, leading to the establishment of Jewish communities in diverse corners of the world. This resulted in Black, white, and brown Jews, each community reflecting the unique interactions between Jewish traditions and local customs. The diaspora led to a remarkable diversity in Jewish expression, with variations in language, cuisine, music, and religious practices. Yet, despite these differences, all share ancient roots, tracing their lineage back to the same historical and spiritual origins in the Levant. This shared heritage serves as a unifying thread, connecting Jewish communities across geographical boundaries and cultural divides. Jewish identity is not fundamentally about race, a concept that is both fluid and socially constructed. Rather, it is about a shared story that began in the Levant, a narrative woven from history, faith, and cultural traditions. This story encompasses the experiences of generations, from the ancient Israelites to the diverse Jewish communities of today. This story then spread worldwide, carried by those who sought new homes and opportunities, adapting and evolving in response to different environments. The existence of Black Jews today, such as the Beta Israel of Ethiopia, is a testament to Judaism's global reach and its capacity to embrace diverse populations. It shows Judaism's reach and adaptability, its ability to resonate with people of all backgrounds and ethnicities. The real story is richer and more complex than any single label can capture. It's a tapestry woven from countless individual experiences and collective memories. It's a 3,000-year journey, marked by both triumphs and tribulations, resilience and adaptation. A journey that began in the Middle East, in the land of Israel, the cradle of Jewish civilization, and has blossomed into a global, multicultural people, united by a shared heritage and a commitment to preserving their unique identity in an ever-changing world.